Hello, everybody. It's February 6th. This is the Alien Earth episode. And in this episode, we had Kellen on because he and Dustin both watched this show. I didn't. And from what it sounds like, I made the right choice. But the show also got renewed for a second season. So enough people like this show or got tricked into watching it. I don't know. There's more of it coming. So yeah, you may want to peek in and see what it's all about. I still don't, but maybe you do. We will be back in the spring with new episodes and lots to say and with recharged batteries. So yeah, that's just the way it is. So yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the episode. We'll be back soon. Be back before you know it. Cheers. I'm just not looking at this poster for Alien Earth.
I don't even remember what it is.
It's just a xenomorph with the planet in its fucking mouth.
Really? That's dumber than I even thought.
Eat the world.
Have you watched this at all?
It's like Galactus.
I am Galactus. Oh, it's like dripping its mouth jizz on the planet.
Yeah, it's like when there's an episode of What If when like Ultron gets all the Infinity Stones, and at one point he's just like his head's just in space and he just eats a planet. He just goes and the planet like explodes when he bites into it like a frozen gusher.
I have to save all my reactions for Dustin to be here. Okay. You haven't seen this at all, right?
No, I don't know anything about this.
Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about that one?
No, there's go to like Wikipedia. You see it?
That's so stupid. That's not even the cover, the streaming cover art of the show.
All right, I'll be right back.
He's like, who says you can't bite a jawbreaker?
Yeah, it's a jawbreaker. It's like cracking. He bites. He's like, oh fuck, my teeth. Also,
it's fun to think about like xenomorphs basically have like big ass rapper grills.
Yeah.
He's about to spit bars, man.
What I miss.
Hold on, let me go put my son to bed. You can catch him up.
We were Connor was pulling up Wikipedia for Alien Earth, probably just to talk about stuff about it. And I haven't seen this because this is not the cover art for the show. It's like the alien jumping down on the Earth in a stupid way. And so we were joking about that, but I said what was making him cough was this is the show. This is the instance of like the alien xenomorph where I realized that like really obviously that it's got like chromed out teeth.
Uh-huh.
And I said it looks like it's got a giant, like the biggest rapper grill in the world, and that he was going to spit hot bars.
Yes.
And I never really noticed that they were like silver for some reason until this show.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of one of my critiques of the show, showing way too much alien, bro.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Way too much alien on broad display.
Agreed.
Anyway, we'll bring that up again later.
All right. Well, anyway, that's gonna somehow all that's gonna be the preamble. You two have seen Alien Earth.
Boy, have we.
Okay, Dustin, why don't you explain what this show is?
How's our girl?
She's ready.
You're going to be the first person to transition from a human body to a synthetic.
Because I'm special.
That's right. You're very, very special.
We have a downed spacecraft.
I want what's on that ship.
We can do it. We're fast. We're strong. We don't break.
It's like a zoo, but the animals got out.
This
ship collected 5 different life forms from the darkest corners of the universe. Monsters.
Invasive species. Predatory.
If we don't lock them down, it will be too late.
Alien Earth is the latest entry in the Alien, the increasingly disappointing Alien franchise.
I thought you were going to say dystopian, but you said disappointing.
Disappointing. This one is from FX and Hulu. And it's the first Aliens TV series. So it's created by Noah Hawley and stars Sydney Chandler and a bunch of other people. The only one that I think is notable for you is Timothy Oliphant. Hooper.
Yeah, I saw he was in this. And I was also interested in this because Noah Hawley has written and directed a lot of episodes of Fargo and Legion.
Mm-hmm. He's
he's
like the main creative voice behind it.
Yeah. That's all I know about this. And then I heard you two talk about it, and I was like, oh, well, everyone,
not everyone for everything.
Can't all be winners.
But yeah, man. So the premise here is Alien, but worse. And no, the premise is you've got this little girl who is dying, and she is drafted by a young prodigy hotshot named Boy Cavalier, and Boy Cavalier grabs her and a bunch of other these little kids that are all dying and promises them a new life by transferring their consciousness into a synthetic body. And so this would be, in the Alien universe, you've got synthetics and you've got humans. This would be the first hybrid. And so now we have this group of children that are have implanted their consciousness into synthetic bodies. And wouldn't you know it, a big ship crash lands, and in a city owned by Prodigy, which is Boy Cavalier's company, sort of a Weyland-Yutani rival. And so Boy Cavalier wants the contents of this Weyland-Yutani ship that has crashed in his area. And so he sends his ragtag group of kids in adult bodies in to grab the remains of whatever's on the ship. And wouldn't you know it, there's a xenomorph up on there and a bunch of other stuff. And so they take it all back to Boy Cavalier's private personal island. And then from there, basically nothing happens, and certainly nothing logical happens. And so that's the show. Okay.
I was going to make an Epstein joke about children on an island is probably not the way you want to go with your stories right now.
Probably not.
I think Dustin nailed everything there. Aside from did you say that 3 corporations literally own all of the land mass on the earth?
No, I mentioned Prodigy, Weyland-Yutani, and there's a third.
I don't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Maybe I think it's 5 or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
Yeah.
And either way, small amount of corporations, lots of people, lots of land.
Beyond that, I believe this actually takes place before the Nostromo incident.
Correct. This is, I think, 2 years prior to, Ellen Ripley's first encounter with the xenomorph.
Not that anybody seems to give a shit about continuity or anything in this timeline or franchise or whatever you want to call it. But when I read that, I was like, what are we doing?
I saw some video that was like all the ways the alien Earth ignores Prometheus, and I clicked it and then clicked out of it like 20 seconds later when I realized I didn't care.
Yeah, you're just doing the Jerry Seinfeld
I do that sometimes where I'm like, I'll be watching like my YouTube watch list and something will pop up and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking a few hours ago when I added this? I don't want to see this. I don't care.
This show is also weird because they decided really early on, like it was memed to death that, they included Ice Age in this. But to me,
oh God.
But to me, one of the more egregious things is how often it talks about Peter Pan. Like you'd almost think they've adapted Peter Pan for the basic context of the show. Because it's a group of kids who can't age, and they're the Lost Boys, and the boy Cavalier is their like leader, and he's a young prodigy that doesn't want to grow up, and it's Peter Pan, and like they show clips from the Disney Peter Pan thing, they read from Barry's book, and like I'm like, why mix the things? I like Peter Pan, but I wouldn't when somebody goes, "Hey, make an alien show," I wouldn't go, "You know what's cool? Peter Pan."
Yeah, it feels like a lightly tacked on theme that they just lean way hard into for some reason. I feel like we've had the conversation via somehow reading each other's eye rolls across the country while watching the show.
Yes.
I am super surprised how much it's this weird thing. It's like I still finished it, but that is not an indication of quality. I think it's just because I watched it as a curiosity, because I've seen 4 out of 5 Fargo seasons, and
I think I've seen 3.
One of them was to me, and then 2 of them were great, and one was just like, yeah, that was good. And it's really good ensemble suspense thriller, but it's Fargo's whole thing, since the Coen brothers or Coen film was it's suspenseful suburban fish out of water
like
crime drama.
Yeah.
In the comedy therein of that. And I'm like, how does one make the jump that would be a good thing for a horror franchise that has been anything but horror for a very long time?
Yeah.
And I just found so many decisions being made as just bizarre, and knowing that he's the top dog that would be making them is so confusing to me.
It's
Connor,
baffling.
You haven't watched it, and Dustin, I feel like that's a really good handoff to you for your own instance of what I'm talking about. But my biggest thing was the weird needle drop alternative 90s to 2005 rock songs at the end of every single episode was so weird. It made you feel like you were suddenly watching a XXX movie. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Like, it was so weird. And I like every episode made sure to like, even if I was like a little like, okay, the episode, then the needle drop happens and I'm like, I fucking hate this show.
Yeah. Yep.
Do they ever play Dragula?
No, but there was stuff of that vibe. Like they had Tool, they had A Perfect Circle, they had some like heavier Pearl Jam songs. Some I can't name other ones off the top of my head, but every time it is so ill-fitting.
Yeah.
And cuts I don't know. It's just oof.
Every decision cuts the teeth out of the alien a little bit more, to the point where by the end, when you think like we're building to some sort of climax with the alien is stripped of all agency and of all terror. Like, I'm not scared of this alien at all.
Connor, to, obviously this is going to all be spoilers, but Wendy, the main synth hybrid
all the
girl,
hybrids are named after the Lost Boys.
She's able to directly communicate with the alien species and make them do her bidding. And so, like, at the end, I'm like, where are you going to go with this in a way that is satisfying? What were you building up that you can jump from here to like, okay, I can't wait to show you the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is it going to be? And I think they just won't have another season, to be honest with you.
It was awfully presumptuous of them to assume they were going to have more than one season because, again, spoiler alert, but like the whole show, this is not a season finale. This is not an end to the story. In fact, the story ends very abruptly and leaves every single possible thread still open. And so when it ended, I was shocked. Like I knew going in, I was like, there's one episode left. How could they possibly wrap all this up? And then they spend the first half of the last episode doing absolutely nothing. And then finally the thing wraps and I'm like, oh, so every one of these storylines ends on a cliffhanger and none of them are good or logical. The show's biggest sin is how it treats the alien itself. The alien... So there is a flashback episode about halfway through that in that episode, which to me, I think I said this to Kellen, it seems like that's the show they all wanted to make. And so all the passion went to this flashback episode and then everything else was built around it. And they didn't have the passion for the stuff around it. And so the flashback episode is set in a Weyland-Yutani ship, which looks a lot like the Nostromo. And it features a bunch of characters that look like they come straight out of Ridley Scott's original film
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And the original, like, so the first scene of the show is also a flashback related to the flashback episode. And I think I texted all of you when I was like, this show is fantastic. And I was one scene in because I was like, because it's perfectly captured the aesthetic and the filmmaking style of the original Alien. And had the whole series been that, it might have been really good. But instead, all it was the one scene at the beginning of the show and then the whole flashback episode. And that's the stuff we want. Like, I'm coming to realization that with stuff like Alien or Predator or Jurassic Park, those are slasher movies, and all we really want from a slasher movie is new group of people, same monster.
Dynamic, yeah.
And that's all the slasher movie can be. Because the second you remove that element, it can't be anything else. The only example of this happening where the genre changes is Alien into Aliens. And the only difference is there's just more of the slasher villain. And like, that's fine. A franchise can exist where you're just doing the same thing over and over again. And all you do is throw like a slightly different wrinkle in it. And sure, is it original? No. But can it be a good, like, use of my time? Totally. So you just have to do it right. And so those episodes where it's a flashback and all it is people trapped on a ship with the xenomorph, that's all I ask for from an Alien anything is people trapped, alien attack. That's all I need. And so all this superfluous stuff with, like, you know, the world building of like who owns all the lands, it's all the corporations, and who owns, like, and then you got the hybrids and the synths, and I don't care. And this show features other aliens, not xenomorph aliens, but like a plant looking alien and a bunch of bugs.
Well, and problematically, the actual most unsettling and terrifying, like, villainous force in the show, Connor, is a little alien that's a little squid or like octopus with an eyeball, and it like goes in and burrows into biological forms like orbital sockets and takes over their body like controlling it like a puppet, and that's the villain of the show.
It's like the Yerks from Animorphs.
And it's in containment the whole time, and it is a much more threatening presence than the xenomorph. Even though the xenomorph kills like 30 people, you don't care. It's not scary.
Yeah.
Right, because in our actual show, the xenomorph is doing nothing. The xenomorph is answering only to Wendy and has no agency of its own.
Yeah, and Dustin, I think maybe this is briefly, we had a conversation and text about this, is that like, I don't think this didn't start as an Alien show, but it's a really bad condemnation of the show that you could remove the xenomorph from this, Connor, and nothing would have functionally changed in the show.
Yeah.
If this alien could have been the threat that escaped and did all this stuff, because the cool thing about this alien is that it's a parasite like that, but it literally knows what pi is. Like the concept of pi. The boy genius communicates with it and asks it like, what are the next integers in this long string of pi? And
sorry, I
was like, Connor, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there eventually. If I keep talking
in an apron, putting a pie
Boy
on a
Cavalier
windowsill.
asked it like, "What's the next ingredient in this cobbler?" I thought that's what you were
he's using
saying.
it like Alexa.
When you said integer, like you were like in. I was like ingredient.
No, so like it's a human level intelligence parasite.
Yeah.
And like that's really cool. And that this could have been a show outside of the Alien universe by just plucking out the xenomorph and changing the name Weyland Yutani to something else.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the film Life?
I did. I did not like it.
I have not seen it. Yeah.
So I remember thinking it was okay, but I haven't seen it in a while. And like I just saw it the once. And that's an example of like, we're going to make Alien, but not Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but that's what this could have been, if that makes sense. I have no problem believing that like they had this idea in a binder somewhere and somebody's like Alien and they're like, okay, bring out the binder, just put a xenomorph in there.
I think another running theme in Alien films is they keep depicting characters that are intelligent scientist experts at things, and then the plot only happens because everybody is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like even Dustin, I agree with you that flashback episode in the mid-season, which I also agree was just there to lend credence to the rest of it. Like that stuff was like, hey, yeah, remember me? Like the rest of this show, it's with me. I'm going to bring it into the club. And like, you're like, oh. So anyway, even amongst that episode, that was the best one. Every character is so stupid and everything bad happens because mistakes were made by a character that shouldn't have made that mistake.
Especially Boy Cavalier, who's supposed to be the smartest man on the planet, is the dumbest man in this show.
Yeah. And his entire monologuing in the show is about how much smarter he is than everybody. And like, maybe they're trying to say something about that. But like on the ship, the animal specimen, the biologist or whatever, she doesn't close the
so
containment
dumb.
The containment with the like poison slugs. She doesn't put the canister with the hyper intelligent eyeball tentacle monster thing into containment properly. It falls and knocks over and escapes. And like, oh, and then there's a surgeon who's like, we have to save this man, but we don't know what is afflicting him right now. Let me cut him open, and we all get like blasted by spores or whatever the fuck happened.
You're
and
right.
like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, it was triggering me back to my reaction during Prometheus when I was like, you're all supposed to be the smartest motherfuckers in your fields and you're all doing the dumbest shit ever. And it keeps happening in Alien specifically. And I don't the breach of containment that happens later in the show is because they're letting these children go in and feed these animals. And like, Dustin,
I know.
You can't have a show that makes me want to watch characters if the only reason you're having a plot is because your characters are dumber than you're trying to tell me they are. Like, don't fucking do that to me. It really, ooh.
There's a moment that stood out to me where Nibs is this, she's like I think she was the youngest girl that did the transplant or whatever.
Is that the redhead?
Yeah.
Nin-Nib?
And so what's that? Not Nin-Nub.
Sorry.
But she's like, because she's the youngest, she's the most like traumatized by these things and like the things she's seeing. I'm also, by the way, confused that their consciousness goes into the synthetic brain, which is supposed to make them smarter, but they're still children. So I don't understand how that works. But she has this big traumatic experience, and Boy Cavalier's like, wipe her mind, like just make her forget the trauma. And so they do. They make her forget all of it. And then what do they do with her once like she wakes up and she's like, where am I? And they're like, oh, you're fine. You're back here. You just fell asleep, whatever. And like, don't worry. You experienced a lot of trauma, but like, they don't say that because we've just wiped it from your brain. And so what do? They send her to her bedroom where she meets Wendy, and Wendy's like, hey, remember those traumatic things that just happened to you? And she's like, what traumatic things? And then that's how they figure out that they wiped their brains. And I'm like, yeah, don't do that. Like, there was no fail safe to this. Of course, someone's going to mention the thing that she said yesterday. Like, and
it's like, that's also the seed of the distrust between her and all the lost children girls or children. That was redundant. And like, that was completely escapable and avoidable had you thought of maybe like, oh, she's still going to talk to people.
Yeah.
It's
that's what I mean when I keep mentioning the word logic, because there's no logic to the show. At the end of the season, in the finale, like the episode before the finale, there's a containment breach and everything's like on lockdown. So when the finale starts, the entire island is shut down. And what does our main character, the mom of all the people, Dame Sylvia, what does she do? She wanders to the graves of the kids to put flowers on the graves while an alien is loose. Don't do that. Like,
it's important to her, Dustin.
They're literally saying like, hey, we've lost all communication. We have no like way on or off this island. Also, like, there's monsters everywhere. And she's like, now's a good time to go put those flowers on the graves.
Yep.
No, it is not. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to, like, what it is they wanted a scene where she gets attacked by an alien.
Face to face.
And then that scene even bothered me because the alien comes up behind her. She turns around and the alien doesn't immediately kill her, like with its tail impaling her or anything. The alien just sits there and like snarls at her long enough for the Marines or whatever to come up and shoot him. But do you notice it's one shot? I'm like, why didn't y'all unload into that thing? That makes no sense. So it shoots the alien. There's a team of Marines, and one gunshot goes off and hits the alien, and he goes, nah, and runs away. And then they're just like, come on, Dane, Sylvia, we got to get out of here. And I'm like, open fire into the woods.
You should all be shooting.
Open fire. Like, it's so dumb. And there's even a moment in a minute, like 2 scenes later, or a different group of Marines walking through the corridors, and the alien is around the corner, and they turn and they see him, and they all just stand there looking at him long enough for him to go, yeah, I'm going to kill you now. And then he does. And I'm like, open fire. I don't understand. And so like, there's a ton of that kind of stuff where it's just like, what? No one would act this way. To Kellen's point, it's not even just the scientists. It's the Marines. They're not acting like soldiers.
Yeah. That was also something I noticed during the crash ship sequence when we got like, oh God, what is, again, I don't know characters' names. Huge problem when I reach the end of a show and I don't know more than 3 character names.
Yep.
Wendy's brother.
I have it pulled up here. Joe Hermit.
They call him Hermit most because it's his last name. So I would never have remembered Joe.
Yeah.
One completely loathsome character as far as what are you even doing here?
He has no objective.
There's no point of him. I think they want him to be your POV into, the world, but his like roster of like buddies that are in the Prodigy security force or whatever, when they're like going into the ship, I was like, these are sci-fi original series actors plucked out of like a Battlestar Galactica from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And put into this world. They're not doing anything that makes them feel military trained. Mm-hmm. They're just wearing like silly little outfits that make it look like that, while they got little to no stage direction as to like how to sweep this ship in any kind of way. I was like, these are terrible. And I couldn't believe they kept them around to the end. And what you were saying about how they were just wasting time the first half of that last episode, that was purely just to kill these fucking characters off so they don't have to worry about them in a second season.
But that's the main thing. That's one of my main complaints with the film or with the series is that there are too many characters. There just are. You can call it an ensemble if you want. That's fine. There are plenty of ensemble shows that can handle this many characters well. This show is not one of them. To me, like there is Wendy, And there is Morrow, the guy that is like cyborg, and there's Dame Sylvia, Boy Cavalier. That's it. That's all I need. Everybody else is completely expendable. The brother, the other Lost Boys.
Yeah,
all expendable.
It's almost by design, because the ones that are expendable get expelled. You know, like, oh gosh, darn it! I keep forgetting like the point that I want to jump right in on after you, Dustin. What was his name? Morrow?
Yeah, Morrow.
Only character worth a damn as far as like how good a performance the guy gives.
Yeah, he was working.
He was great. He was the lead in the flashback mid-season episode, Connor. That like he's a security director or something of this Weyland-Yutani vessel, and so like he's the one that gets to make all the calls in an emergency situation, and it's all about like him usurping the power of the captain who is compromised by like an affair, and like his like, you know, he's not a good guy, but you're so compelled by like how logical and surgical like his approach to like this situation is. While everybody's being a complete idiot, he is written like very intelligent and logical.
Yep.
And I'm like, cool. I get that he's like better than everybody, but what did you have to make everybody so stupid that he feels like he has just carried this entire cast and roster of characters on his back?
Yes.
And then they do nothing really all that impressive with him at the end. And he's just kind of there as a dangling thread with the rest of the villain characters. It's really disappointing.
It's super disappointing. And like, I had this image in my head that like, okay, so if she can talk to the aliens, if Wendy can talk to the aliens, and I mean, I'm still not sold that that's a good idea, because also the film or the show like completely negates the life cycle of the alien, which is super interesting. And I don't know, they just like, was there even a face hugger in this show?
Yeah.
Okay,
it got the
oh yeah, the guy,
researcher guy at the end.
Yeah, you're right.
But the thing is, they played fast and loose with the timescales of the evolutions, the same way Romulus did the same shit. Like that thing grew so fast.
Yes.
And this one grew so slow. And like, I'm sure some writer in some writer's room was like, well, you have to take into account the environmental factors on blah. Like, it's like, fuck off. Just.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, even in the original Alien, that chest burster goes from chest burster to full grown very quickly. Like you don't see him in between. You see the chest burster and he runs off, and then there's like a few scenes later, and then the guy's in the thing and the chain is there and the dripping and the dripping and the drapping, and then he looks up and there's the full alien. And so like I don't have a clear understanding of the time scale, but within this show, the time scale is presented in two different ways, very, very quickly and very slow.
Yep.
And that's the problem. If you want to pick one, I'll go with it. I don't care. But you got to pick one in one project. I also found that like, if she's going to talk to the aliens and do all that kind of stuff, then like do something with that other than just alien is weapon. Like, I don't know, like, is Wendy going to be the queen? You know what I mean? Like, do something with it.
Yeah.
And they're just not doing anything. And I don't know, man. It's such a hard thing to like talk about because like every part of it is broken. I wish it had any level of care. Like I'm also playing through Alien Isolation very slowly, or else I will crap my pants. I literally had a dream one night after playing it about the alien, and I was like, I can't do. You got me. But that game is so in between Alien and Aliens.
It's Ripley's daughter, right?
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver. Like it's been 50 years. She's been in hypersleep for 50 years. Her daughter, I guess, is like dead by the time she wakes up. I think that's the case. Anyway, Alien Isolation is you're playing as Ripley's daughter, and you know she's doing her thing, trying to find mom and all the other things. And I'm like, that's an interesting sequel. Like, give me that. And all it is like I'm trapped on a place, and there are aliens. And I'm like, that's what I want. And if you're going to say, okay, well then we're doing Alien, but it takes place on Earth. Cool. Trap them and let them run amok. Like it's Die Hard now with aliens. And that's fine. It can be like in a department store. I don't care.
Right.
But like, you know, it just doesn't work. And like Kellen mentioned this too, just before we started the review, that they showed the alien too much and it ruins all the mystique of the alien. And part of that is because it takes place on like a tropical island, and you're seeing it in daylight. Yeah. It's like this alien's they're obscuring it in like leaves and foliage, but it's just like a dude in a suit.
It's hiding behind a plant like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's like, but it's still like a dude in a suit in broad daylight. And I'm like, beach, okay.
Yeah.
There was a specific alien shot where, granted, it wasn't one that showed so much of it, but I like. It's really bad if I laugh out loud at something that
not supposed to be funny.
I'm not supposed to be laughing at. So there's a part where like Wendy, the girl who can talk to the synth who can talk to aliens, is like I just picture whoever's directing her off screen just being like, yeah, just kind of like move your mouth around in a weird way, because like what they're putting over what is coming out of her mouth, like it sounds like an alien. So like, how do you make that with your mouth? So she's just like,
I guarantee you there's like 8 minutes in this whole series, like 8 solid minutes of just close up of mouth.
Her doing that. So she does that. And then they cut to this shot of like alien's legs and tail like scrambling up like into a pipe to go into the facility. And it was cut to it. And I just burst out laughing because it's almost like she's like, alien, come help me. And he's like, I'm coming, mama. It's scrambling. It's like it's scrambling up a pipe. And I'm like, oh
no. What was even funnier to me was right at the end, all of the Lost Boys or whatever have the people like in a cage, and they're like, we're going to take over this place now. We're in control. And the alien and like a baby alien pop up, and they're like on the side of the cage, and they're like, what are we going to do now, Mom? What's the play here? What are we going to do? And then, and I'm like, he's just like chilling. Yeah. Like,
he's like smoking. All right, Mama.
It's a little bit like if they made Jaws 5, and this time the shark is just like sitting in a chair, like, well, just tell me when to go and I'll go. And I'm like, well, then the shark isn't a shark and it's not scary. It's just a weapon, and like that's not scary.
It's like King Shark.
Yeah, and also the little adolescent alien is just like he's like a little guy. He's a little guy. He's just like, hey, I'm here too. Look at you.
But this is also weird because like in Alien Romulus, which again, canon, whatever, in Alien Romulus, they finally said there is the in-between stage of chestburster and mature alien is a pod. And they stay in the pod until they're fully developed and then they come out. Well, now we got this little like adolescent alien who's like got acne, and he's like, you know,
it's like Salacious Crumb from Jabba the Hutt's palace. It's just like, hey, I'm here too.
Yeah, literally.
Acne, that's funny.
Yeah, he's got acne in his braces, and he's
braces, and he's like, I think I like girls, Mommy. I don't know.
He's voiced by the nerd from The Simpsons. I'm gonna use my little Mickey mouth inside my mouth to extract your brains now.
I need you to help me break into the facility. Okay, Mom, coming.
Oh my God. I should go back and watch and just see if that scene was as funny as I felt like it was then.
It was.
He's just like, I'm coming back.
There's also a scene where she does that, and it cuts to like outside the mature xenomorph is like in silhouette, and so you see like it's a like a multiple exposure of like her doing her and then the thing, you know, like like hearing it, and then it's almost like a wolf, you know, like "Whoa, I'm coming, mama!" and it like takes off, and I'm like, "Wow, this is so dumb." The alien just works better. Like, I don't know, man. The shot that's always in my mind for Alien. There's two. It's the one I already mentioned, which is, you know, the dude, the chains, the dripping, and then like the alien kind of like coming down behind him. Cool. Yeah. And then the other one is when they're in. You have a third one?
I was going to say the one in Alien 3 in the med bay.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Where she's turning away.
That's a good one too. I always think of the. I actually have another one. In Ridley Scott's I forget his name, the like, you know, the captain or whatever is like climbing up a ladder, and he like turns around and the alien's there, and it's just like a quick shot of the alien going. With
the gloves. That's what very obviously gloves.
Yeah. That's what I always think of, and like
that shot of the alien and the shot of Brad Pitt in the closet and Burn After Reading are like the same fucking thing.
It is a like, you know, cheap looking moment, but it's also an effective jump scare. And then I also think of the moment where in Aliens, oh man, there's two good ones in Aliens. There's the moment where Newt is in the water and the alien's behind her. Yep. That's super tense and scary. And then there's a moment where I think it's maybe Bill Paxton looks up in the drop ceiling and there's like 5 aliens like coming at him. Yeah, and I'm crawling. Like, oh, it's so scary. Yeah, this has none of that.
No.
The majority of this movie, the alien is like in a cage,
that's
just like
so
watching.
Easy to do on a budget. It's just a matter of like, where would be a scary? What would look scary?
Yeah,
I don't care about it enough to be like up in arms about it.
Yeah,
but I think it is peculiar how rife this property is with the same issues over and over again. And I think Dustin kind of nailed it. It's like some things aren't meant to stretch that far from their original idea that worked.
They're not.
It makes like, you wonder.
You could do an alien like and an aliens like, and just change those up, and you could still populate a okay and acceptable film series.
Just give me new characters and new dynamics, and get them all killed off by the end, except for one or all of them. I don't care, but like that's all this franchise can be.
Yeah.
My sense from all of the failures of this franchise has just got to be Fox must just have very strong opinions about how this series should go. And like, no one seems to have enough. Like it's like, what's the Occam's razor here? Everyone who takes on this property does a bad job, or Fox has bad ideas and they're a non-negotiable for making the thing.
Yeah.
And so everyone who gets on board kind of has to accept like the show's going to be about this and it's going to go this way. And there's like a heavy-handed executive. What you know what I mean? Like, I liked Romulus just fine.
Well, so
it wasn't without its problems.
What I was going to say about Romulus is that was the one that played it safe.
Yeah.
And did, you know, okay, they're not on a ship, they're on a research colony or research facility or something like that. Cool. That's totally fine. It's staying in that realm of just put different characters in the same scenario. That movie's fucking problem was that it only had like one good character. Like I didn't care about, like, you don't go so far into the slasher genre that you don't even care about the characters that you're putting into the scenario. Like
I even disagree with that. I think that the film's problem was that the alien wasn't the big bad.
Well, and that's because it was trying to tiptoe. Again, Connor, you're probably right. Like they were probably like, well, how are you going to tie it into Prometheus and Alien Covenant? And it's like, I'll bring a fucking engineer DNA back into it. I don't fucking know. But what I at least think, because these movies had to have been conceived. Sorry, this series and the movie, then Romulus, had to have been conceived around the same time enough to the point where this had to have been like a movement within Fox for this franchise. And what I will say is that they at least gave an up and coming director something to punch a little higher with.
Mm-hmm.
And I will always be happy that like you give someone a new shot rather than trying to like bring fucking Ridley Scott back to something he doesn't have passion for.
You're talking about Fede Alvarez with
for Romulus.
Yeah.
And so like it's weird that
didn't
movie.
Fede Alvarez do the Evil Dead, the one from 2013?
Not the Evil Dead Rises. Is that the?
No, not that one, but like the 2013
the
Evil Dead,
one that was like
the remake.
A bit. It wasn't even funny. I don't think it was even. It wasn't.
It was just scary.
Yeah, it wasn't a good Evil Dead remake. It was a Evil Dead like adaptation, in my opinion.
It was a good film. It just wasn't, what made Evil Dead special.
And so that's really cool. And I would be interested in seeing like what he can do with his own material. So I'll give him points in that regard. And like, if you had told me like, the guy from I was not following the production of Alien Earth at all. If you had told me like the guy's doing Fargo is doing an Alien, I would have been like, well, there's no way it's going to be bad.
I found that out the other day when someone was interviewing Timothy Oliphant to do press for it. And I was like, oh, Holly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's
all I heard
like,
in the text from you guys is like, this show is ass. And I was like, that doesn't make sense considering everyone involved, but everyone involved includes Fox.
I think it's just somebody thought they had a get. And Noah Hawley was like, let's see what I can do. And it's just like
someone decided my hand on the steering wheel is better than some other idiot that they'll hire if I refuse this project.
Well, maybe. I think that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is you hire these filmmakers who want to put their own stamp on it. Yeah. And so whether it's Fede Alvarez or whoever, like, it's okay. Well, I want like giant engineer monster. Okay, cool. That'll be your contribution to the franchise. Okay, well, I want whatever this thing had, girl talking to alien. Okay, well, that'll be your stamp on the franchise. And instead, no one's going like, hey, maybe don't put your own, maybe your stamp on the franchise is that you made a good one.
Yeah.
Not you made one that like did something really to the different.
Lore. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I built the world. Instead it's how embarrassing.
Yeah.
It is a, like I always think like, okay, if they gave me the assignment to write this, what would I have done? And the answer is I would have just made an alien story.
Yeah.
Like there wouldn't have been a moment where I sit down and go, what's new that I can bring to it? Because then you're crafting a story around new rather than crafting a story around character. And so what you do is you come up with a character that has some theme, and the theme, like, Ripley's theme of motherhood in Aliens. It's such a good, well-formed theme. Okay, well, let me tell a theme, right? And so your brain, my brain immediately goes to, if the original point of the alien is that it was sexual, like horror, then I'm going to tell a story about someone who has thematic like trauma around sex or something. And you build your story around a character and a theme that fits the franchise. And then from there, you start to sprinkle in the alien of it all, and you build a little bit, like you reveal a little more of the world, right? Aliens was great because it's like, here's the queen. Alien Romulus was fine because it's saying like, okay, well, here's the pod in between the chest burster and the mature alien. Okay, cool. Those are the things that I'm remembering. So then my brain goes, where else can I build out something in the lore of how the alien works and reproduces, in light of the fact that now my theme is going to be about like sexual trauma. Okay, great. So now I'm developing something that works, so that by the time I get to the end and it's alien versus character, it means something, because the idea of the character who's been traumatized by sex before, now being traumatized by an alien whose entire existence is sexual in nature, means something. And so like that's where my brain goes immediately if I were given the keys to it. Not, okay, I don't know, hybrids. Okay, well, that's not invalid, but you have to link it thematically with why this is an alien story.
Yeah.
And if you can't find a good end for how the synthetic humans and the aliens are thematically similar or thematically dissonant, then there's no point in doing that in this story. That's my main thing is you have to tell that story through character first, theme second, alien third, but all of it has to be related. And if you can't do that, and if your story doesn't fit all three of those points, then there's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
Dustin, I got your story. I've got your plot that you can run off and start screenwriting and pitch a spec alien script.
Okay.
It is a group of sex trafficked girls in like a brothel colony where an alien breaks out and they have to like stick together to escape from their alien, but also their captors.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. And we get to watch all of the people who've been like pimping them out get
violated,
sexually violated. Yeah, that's great.
And you know what? You could tie this all in. Like you could still make it on this tropical island. It was a good show.
Oh, no.
You know? It's perfect.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Joffrey
Schmeffley
Waylandstein. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I would watch that movie. That sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Because you have people who it's
God damn it.
none of their faults that they are in the situation that they're in. So you are very on their side.
Yep.
This is a humble brag for this show, but I'm bragging on Dustin more than myself. This always happens.
Dustin comes up with a better idea than
Dustin or I, but usually Dustin. One of us comes up with a better idea, talks about why it would work, and then this episode essentially ends with,
oh, damn it.
Oh, fuck. well. I guess we just have this instead.
Dustin, put that in your back pocket. We'll get Palatine picked up, and then you can be like, well, I've got an idea for
I have an idea for you. Yeah. Oh, what you got?
I plan at some point to circle back
Dustin's writing
to
a Murphy Brown? Sorry, that's a Seinfeld
reference. Here's the pitch. Pimps versus aliens.
Well, I was going to say, like, you could just say, you can call it Alien versus Predator, but it's not the Predator.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
That's it. That's
I
the
would
one.
watch that. What would you call that? Alien violation.
Alien violation. Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. I just want to, I can picture that, like, you keep it in that 80s aesthetic, that what the skeezy, like, you know, trafficker, like the top trafficker looks like, and he's got his like gold tooth and he's, you know, like all janky and whatnot. And then that guy at the end gets a face hugger tail down his throat in a
up his butt.
Or he gets face hugged by like a few of them at once, and he's like, stop, and they like tie him to a bed.
He gets skewered.
Yeah. Well, he gets
the alien tail.
Yeah. That it's like, oh, someone's already got his mouth. Okay, I guess I'll go for his butt.
I'm just imagining now, like the alien tail, like the alien's there, his tail's like off to the side, and the tail's kind of pointing up, and the guy is on it, like dead, but like just straight through him, and the tip of the alien tail is out of his skull.
Or maybe like the one that's at his mouth and the one that's at his butt, like, are high-fiving inside his body. Like, yeah.
Hey, maybe they want an animated spinoff. Maybe we can really.
Hey, and it's like a big rat king, you know, of face huggers, where they're all just tied up and they're curled up together.
Gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Alien
fucked up imagery that you can
alien
market.
Violation.
Yeah. And he's
it's smart.
Crucified.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's smart.
Yeah.
You should really write that.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's in our back pocket.
Alien violation. Okay.
Maybe they use his corpse as like a host, and it's like they're walking around like the cockroach guy from Men in Black. Like, It's like they're like pretending he's like alive.
Yeah.
Edgar, your skin is
Where all
hanging
the
off your
children go?
bones.
That's a sequel. He's not dead. So like they just use his body as a host and
Yeah.
under a big trench coat.
Yes. Hey, although the cynic in me goes, Kellen, we pitched this awesome story. It's great. We've written a draft. It's awesome. Everyone loves it. They go to start shooting this thing or whatever. And then someone goes to like top brass and goes, so at the end, Sigourney Weaver. And then it ends with all the like, you know, all the trafficked girls are all there, and then suddenly Sigourney Weaver just comes through a blast door, and she's like, you know, she's the savior of the movie out of nowhere, and that would be forced on us.
And then she goes, "Get your hands!" Or no, what is it? Leave her alone, you.
Yeah.
Get away from her, you bitch.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one.
But instead she goes, "Get away from her, you dick!" And it's like,
or she says to the guys like getting eaten by all the facehuggers, and she's like, "Get away from him and get in my ship, you bitches."
Oh boy. That made me think of something so off topic that I'll hold it until after the cut.
Okay. Well, that's Alien Earth and other things.
Alien Earth.
And if you take Dustin's idea, we will kill you.
We'll fucking sue the shit out of you. We have a very strong legal team here at the Hoopercast.
Just put the disclaimer at the end. Alien Violation is copyrighted by Dustin Weldon.
Yep.
Certified by the Writers Guild of America.
Yep. The Hoopercast Corporation.
Yes.
Okay. Hooper Corp.
Hoop
Corp. LLC.
Hoopland Utani.
It's so stupid.
Good night, everybody. Get away from him and get in my ship, you bitches.
Oh, I'm coming, mama.
I'm gonna use my little Minnie mouth inside my mouth to extract your brains now.